Hi, honey.
Oh, God, I didn't know you brought that thing with you out here.
I'm sneaky like that.
Well, I want to pick today's topic then.
That's my punishment?
Yes.
Alright, well, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I want to talk about the first campaign I ever worked on.
Which was?
Which was the summer before my sophomore year in high school, when I went on the road with Mom as her assistant, working for G.H.W. Bush's presidential campaign in 1988.
It sounds like you liked it.
I freaking loved it. God, I was hooked. The energy of being on the campaign was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before.
Did you meet our current president, Bush 2.0, during that campaign?
W? I didn't like him then, don't like him now. No, but really, I loved his father, G.H.W. Bush. You know, he was like Reagan. He was a true gentleman, and he never blew me off either.
Tell me something specific you learned that summer.
Well, one day in Florida, two different people came up to me, and they tried to convert me to Christianity because they found out that my dad was Jewish and I hadn't been baptized.
And what'd you think about that?
God, I thought it was a little creepy. And that night when I talked about it to Mom, we were lying awake in our hotel room, and she just said, no, they're just being nice. And so we got into a debate about the separation between church and state, and then on to the abortion issue. And that is when I learned something that has stuck with me my whole career in politics.
What was that?
That your personal beliefs have no business in running a campaign if you want to win.
Break that down for us a little more.
Well, that night, Mom admitted to me that she was pro-choice, but that winning and the election were more important to her, and so she didn't let the abortion issue cloud her judgment or her decisions in regard to the campaign or her candidate.
Did you adopt a similar philosophy in your own political career?
Absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't have lasted more than 10 years in this field if I hadn't. And there was one more thing that I learned that night.
What?
That the Democrats aren't good at staying on message, whereas the Republicans, with the conflicting views of the libertarians versus the religious right versus the foreign policy hawks, they're always on message.
So what's that say to you?
Well, it says that the Republicans are about the singular goal of winning elections, whereas the Democrats are about doing what they each believe is right, which more often than not is a number of differing and conflicting ideas.
Does that still ring true in the 08 cycle we're currently in?
Well, no, not really, because I think that W has set up the board so that the Dems only have to keep pushing that change angle, and then they can deal with the specifics after they win, which so far they've been doing.
From your lips to God's ears.
Love you, baby.
I love you too, honey.